Hey there everyone, it's Tilly. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And this time it is on Generation 2 Megatron. Whew. While not as big as my previous review, Cybertron Starscream, this guy is still rather big. So, let's have a little 360 of this guy. Here we can see it says 81766, and well, I have no idea what that means. If it's like some kind of code or an Easter egg or something, I have no idea. But here we can also see the Generation 2 Decepticon symbol, although sort of miscolored it looks like. And that's just one big sticker. Here we can see his treads, which for obvious reasons don't move. Here we have the back, and, well, these bits, they remind me of movie Brawl, so, and seeing how this guy came out in 1993, before the movies were out, I'm pretty sure movie Brawl got a little bit of inspiration from this guy. Here we can see the other side, where we have that same sticker again, and on the top, it says, "Caution, stand clear of this area." I mean, that's common sense. Now, here we can see a sticker that's been horribly ripped apart. And, well, from what I can remember, and from what I've seen from other reviews, this used to say stuff like, "Big stick" and "Eat this, Autobots." Which is just utterly ridiculous. Now that's it for his tank mode. But before I move on, you're probably wondering, why is he this really weird color scheme? Well, this guy was released in a toy line named Generation 2, which was a 90s revamp of the original Transformers toy line where, well, pretty much take original Generation 1 Transformers figures and just give them horrible eye-bleeding color schemes. Like, well, Sideswipe had its colors reversed, Silverbolt was colored blue, Onslaught had this weird yellow color scheme to him, and Slingshot, let's just say Slingshot was as fragile as a Pringles chip. But anyways, before we move on to his transformation, I need to show you something. Listen. Can you hear that? Pressing this makes him say, "Megatron attack." Although, seeing how it's sort of compressed, sounds like he's saying something like "Megaton crack" or something. But we also have another sound effect. For example, pushing the tank like this onto the table. We get this tank noise, like, as if the tank's actually rolling along. No more tanks aren't supposed to squeak like that. Taking a look at the underneath, here we can see a letter M, and that's going to be a very unfortunate spot to have it on, as you'll see in its robot mode. This wheel is the button for the sound effects, and if we look here, it says 1992 Hasbro Inc. All rights reserved, Takara, yada yada yada, and it says made in Indonesia, which is, well, rather unique, seeing how normally Transformers are supposed to be either made in China or Japan. But that's pretty much enough messing about. I'm going to switch cameras, or, well, not, I'll say that again. I'm going to switch angles, and we'll get this guy transformed, so bear with me. I'm using a few commemorative series reissue boxes to stand this guy up. My camera. So to get Megatron transformed, to start off, what you do is you move this entire section downwards and you open up these little panels. What that allows you to do is move these bits down as legs. And then close up these panels. And as you can see, they form rather tiny feet. With this section, we just move that up like so. And now we have this cannon face thingy, which, well, if you keep the turret untransformed, this could sort of substitute as the GoBot Destroyer, as I will soon show you. Oh, it's out of focus. Hang on. There we go. My phone was out of focus. So what we do is move the sides of the turret down, spin these around, and these form arms. And if you want to reenact the GoBot Destroyer, well, just don't transform the cannon. But to do his head, we move his cannon to the side, and his head automatically flips up. And, well, here we have Megatron in his robot modes. Yeah, this guy is rather tall. Not Cybertron Starscream tall, but just tall in general. Having a 360. We can see the back. We have holes or like little indents where the internal mechanism for his transformation shows. We got some cool detailing on the back of his arms. We have this huge cannon which goes, well, really long. And that pretty much does it for Megatron. Now, pushing down his head makes him yell naked on a sack again. And, well, normally, this figure is supposed to come with missiles. You'd pull this back and then just let it go, but seeing how this is a second-hand figure and I've had this guy for a while, I don't have the missiles. Not that I lost them. The missiles didn't like when I bought this guy a while ago, he didn't come with the missiles. He's also supposed to come with sorry. This is where my tongue stops working. He's also supposed to come with a gun and a little like grenade launcher thing that's supposed to go right here. Now, moving up his left arm gives a new sound effect. And it's a pew pew sound effect. Now, the tank noise doesn't really work in this mode because the button's hidden. But, well, come on, why would you want to make tank noises in robot mode? Having a look at his legs, I mean, they're just the back half of a tank, and here, we can see that his belly button says M. I mean, imagine having the initial of your first name right where your belly button is. That's just hilarious. Now let's have a look at that head, although this is going to be hard with his cannon, so if I just move this, if you can see his head, if this phone will actually focus for me. There we go. If you can see his head sculpt, it's giving me some serious Beast Wars vibes, even though ironically this guy was released a few years before Beast Wars. I wouldn't be surprised if Beast Wars Megatron sort of got a bit of inspiration from this guy's head. But that pretty much does it for Generation 2 Megatron. But this review is not yet over. For watching this far, even though this is sort of a short video, I have a bonus. I have another tank Megatron, Cyberverse Warrior Class Megatron. As you can see, this guy is, well, he's just another little Megatron tank guy, although not as impressive as the Generation 2 guy, I must say. Yeah, there's not much to say about this guy, aside from the fact that he sort of reminds me of Armada Megatron, with his tank design. Here we can see a visible arm, which, even the Generation 2 Megatron was better at hiding the arms. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see how his transformation is going to work out. You take the sides of the tank and just move them like so. They just compress like so. His arms actually fold like so. This arm just moves downward by itself. But with this arm, you have to move up the fusion cannon and then move down the arm. And here we have Cyberverse Megatron, who looks much more faithful to the original Megatron back when he was a gun. If this phone will focus. Piece of crap this is. Let's try and have a look at his head. But his phone will focus. I need to get a new phone. Well, the phone's being an arsehole and not cooperating with me so far, so let's have a look at the back. And here we can see that this arm is sort of hollow, but you can expect that from Transformers nowadays. And we can see the treads where the transformation happened. And you're probably wondering, why did this Megatron only have one hand? Well, this arm actually moves up as some kind of gimmick, as this guy is normally supposed to have a little pink mace thing on his hand, homaging the first 3 episodes of the Transformers cartoon. Although that bit's broken off, like that bit's supposed to lock it in, supposed to move that up, and the mace just comes out. Although, yeah, this is pretty much gone now. So this Megatron is let's just say this Megatron tried that knife game from the Aliens movies, and he failed pretty much. Now, if we just put Generation 2 Megatron back, we can see these guys together. And now that my phone's focused a little bit, hopefully, we can have a look at his head sculpt. So, we can see that this Megatron looks rather ticked off, as Megatrons are supposed to be. And if anything, it's actually sort of creepier than G2 Megatron's head. But that's pretty much all I have to say about these two. Do I recommend them? Well, G2 Megatron, yeah, he's fun, he's cool on a shelf. Not to mention those sounds. I just love that sound. As for the Cyberverse Megatron, well, I mean, if you like cheap desk toys, then sure, go ahead. But if you're a hardcore collector, only get this guy if you really want to. I mean, I got this guy in a shop, along with a figure of Acid Storm, although I broke Acid Storm, unfortunately. I mean, hey, the Starscream mold was said to be rather crappy, so, oh well. But this has been my review on my two Megatrons. This has been my review on the only tank Megatrons I have so far. And this is Charlie Young.